A supercarrier worth over $12 billion is leaving port. The official mission: counter drug trafficking in Latin America. But have you ever wondered, why would you need an entire heavy war machine just to chase a few smuggling boats? In the world of power, no action is ever just for official reasons. Every carrier deployment, every exercise, every public statement is a move on the global strategic chessboard. And this time, that chessboard is called Latin America, a region that was once Washington's backyard, now slowly slipping out of control. The Pentagon just announced the deployment of the USS Gerald R. carrier strike group, the pride and symbol of U.S. naval power, to the region. Officially, to fight transnational drug organizations. In reality, a warning signal and a reassertion of U.S. military influence across the Western Hemisphere. The surface: drugs or control? According to Washington, the campaign aims to dismantle drug cartels that threaten U.S. security. Sounds reasonable. But if it were only about stopping small cocaine-laden boats, the U.S. wouldn't need a $12 billion aircraft carrier with F-18 fighters and an electronic warfare squadron. This is a display of power far beyond the stated objective. Airstrikes targeting drug boats have killed more than 40 people, yet Washington hasn't released proof that the targets were indeed criminals. A big question arises: could the drug campaign be a cover for a deeper strategy? The hidden layer: Venezuela, Colombia, and the silent war. From a strategic perspective, the Caribbean and Latin America are the U.S.'s survival gateways, shipping lanes, energy, and supply chains. Yet in recent years, Venezuela, Nicaragua, and even Colombia, once traditional allies, have tilted toward Beijing and Moscow. China is investing in infrastructure. Russia is sending military advisors. And Iran quietly extends its influence through oil smuggling routes and weapons. In Washington's eyes, this is a strategic encroachment in its backyard. When others start planting flags in old territories, the superpower must respond. President Maduro calls this the biggest threat in 100 years, not because of a few patrol boats, but because he knows a new kind of war is being prepared, not through orders of battle, but under the guise of a crime-fighting operation. The deep objective: restoring power in the Western Hemisphere. Deploying the Gerald R. signals the Western Hemisphere is still our territory. Southcom, the U.S. Southern Command, is no longer just tracking criminals, it now controls geopolitical influence flows. By projecting force into the Caribbean, the U.S. is simultaneously monitoring shipping lanes between South America and the Atlantic, pressuring Caracas and Havana, blocking China from gaining deeper access to strategic regional infrastructure. With a single move, Washington is effectively reviving the Monroe Doctrine in the 21st century, under the cover of drug enforcement. One operation, three goals. Analyzed carefully, this campaign serves three objectives at once. Military: reposition U.S. forces in the Southern Hemisphere after withdrawing from the Middle East. Political: establish soft containment of Venezuela, sending a warning to rising leftist governments. Economic and energy: protect oil interests and shipping routes connecting the Americas and the Atlantic. F-18s aren't just taking off to hunt drug boats, they are sending signals to Beijing, Moscow, and Tehran that Washington still holds the keys to the oceans. The strategic message: when a supercarrier moves, it's never just about drugs. It's a strategic message sent in silence. From the Caribbean to the Pacific, the U.S. is redrawing the power map, reasserting influence over its old backyard under the banner of transnational crime prevention. This isn't just a test for Venezuela, it's the prelude to a new century of a revived Monroe Doctrine. The question is, when the U.S. deploys a supercarrier to hunt small smuggling boats, are they really chasing another kind of cargo? Political influence? Some wars don't start with gunfire, they start with a legitimate excuse. If you want to see the world not through public statements, but through the moves made in the shadows, subscribe to The Strategic Lens, because the real war always happens in the dark.